Hey guys, what is going on? Chris here doing a recap of last night and a look ahead to today's games here for Thursday the 27th. So for NBA and MLB, both sports are relatively quiet for the most part for the main slate. So anyway, we're gonna discuss both of those and do a recap of last night. So anyway, once again, NBA as normal, really good night. 1-800 here, 285.8. So yeah, anyway, let's get into it here. John Wall, 46.2, really solid night there, 20 points, 14 assists. Expecting a little bit more, but still a pretty good night from him. Next was Isaiah Cannon, 13.4. It's okay. When you're in the playoffs, you don't need anything crazy. He's only $1,800, so what can you expect there? Next was Beal. I really like Beal and Wade. I was going to go Green, but I decided to sacrifice my point guard and go Beal Wade. Both of those guys had really good matchups. And Wade, he really hasn't been doing too much here in the playoffs. Heard people talking about he was probably going to really step up here tonight. And, I went with it. So Wade and Beal, both of those guys, man, 46.5 and 49.2. Really good nights right there. Jimmy Butler, man, what's going on here? 32.6, huge disappointment here. Boston shut him down. Not a good night there. Otto Porter, really solid night. Bounced back here with a 30.5. Then I had Paul Millsap there with a 34.2. And the two other players that you can't see there is Ersan. One of those guys that just needed a punt. I think he had 8 or 9 points. And then Gortat had, I think, 23 or 24. So overall, another very good night for NBA. So as one more guys, you guys are looking to to play here in the playoffs for NBA, as it's definitely not too late. It's only $15 for the playoffs. It's just way too cheap. So yeah, if you're interested, definitely let us know. I looked up my ratings the other day, and I'm in the top 1,000 in the world on NBA. So I definitely know my stuff. So definitely, if you're doubting, like I said, in the top 1,000 all time on NBA Fanduel. So I really do know my stuff. Anyway, here's some of our subs from last night. Like I said, another really good night for us. So if you're looking to play here for NBA, it's only $15 for the rest of the playoffs. Way too cheap. You should easily, head on and grab yourself some playoff lineups. So anyway, if you're interested in premium lineups, we will have our email in the comment section. As normal, hit us up. We'll get you all set up on those for NBA and MLB as well. And we will have our Twitter down there as well. All you have to do is message us. We'll get you all set up as well. So anyway, if you did take some of my advice yesterday for MLB, the dummy lineup I gave you, for the most part, it was pretty good. Norris was kind of a dud. That San Diego stack was pretty good. Also, that Chicago Cubs stack was pretty good as well. Rizzo doing good. Bryant doing good. Ryan Shrimp doing good. Even though he wasn't in the lineup, he still did good. So overall, pretty good stack there besides the pitchers. So anyway, we're going to do some MLB first here. There's only 4 games, so I don't know how much I'm really going to play. Probably just focus on the early slate there. So anyway, this is, as normal, really a big rough draft. Some of these guys may not play. Definitely have to find out later on. So anyway, Chris Sale, only, like I said, only 4 game slate, so he'll be very popular. I really like him. Obviously, does really good against Yankees in his career. So, that's an obvious pick. Chris Herman, I don't mind him. Catchers aren't too good tonight. So I don't mind putting him in there. Jared Weaver, not doing too bad this year, but he is a fly ball pitcher, and that doesn't work well in Arizona. So Herman gets a start. Lefty on ready. Don't mind him. Will Myers. So for San Diego, if you stack them, it could either go good or could go really bad for you. Taijuan Walker, he actually has some big upside. Like I said, being a Mariner fan, I know what he can do. Now, San Diego really hasn't hit him that well in their career. And I think on the year, I think San Diego struck out like 130-plus times against righties this year. Walker is a big strikeout guy. So, like I said, that's the only bad thing. Walker is really good when he's on. But most of the time he's really bad. So, and he hasn't been doing too well with the Arizona Diamondbacks, plus in Arizona, it's a fly ball park there. So, like I said, maybe do a GPP with Walker there. He can strike out a lot, or he's going to get shelled. So, I think he's going to get shelled here. It's going to be a popular stack anyway. Will Myers, once again, 4,200. Really good spot. Ryan Shrimp, hopefully he starts here. Did have a home run last night, so maybe they'll put him back in the starting lineup. Still hitting really bad on the year, but always has that big power upside. Solarte, once again, don't mind him. I like some Diaz here. St. Louis and Toronto didn't get to play yesterday because of the rain. Also, if you want to do a little St. Louis stack as well, Casey Lawrence, not too familiar with him. Obviously, he's not doing too well, 7.56. Cardinals don't have the crazy good offense, but, maybe one or two guys there, Piscotty, maybe some Diaz there as well. So maybe pick a couple there. And the same for Toronto. If you want to go Toronto, I don't mind a couple of them. They hit Adam Wainwright pretty well, so don't mind going Toronto. Only bad thing is their offense has been straight up trash. So, Kendrys Morales, don't mind him. Russell Martin, really, really good matchup against Wainwright in his career. And then Manuel Marget, I'm not sure if that's how you say it. He's been half decent as well, maybe get me a 12 or 13. David Peralta, I really like him against Jared Weaver. And then Cole Calhoun. Kevin Graveman just came off the DL, so, maybe he's still a little – not all the way there. Calhoun won't be too popular. But that's kind of what I'm looking at. Probably get a little bit more, some couple Toronto bats in there. That's just a rough draft lineup. For me, Sale, maybe some Walker. That's all who I'm really looking at there on the pitchers. Graveman, like I said, he's a good pitcher, but just came off the DL. So overall, 4-game slate, not going to be playing too much here. Like I said, probably be focusing on the main slate. All right, moving on to everything. Sorry to what you guys are looking for here is the NBA. So anyway, 2 games here. Toronto, Milwaukee, and San Antonio, and Memphis. So first one, Toronto, Milwaukee, 194, and Milwaukee by 1. So I think Milwaukee's going to play their hearts out here at home. Toronto is up 3-2. I think Milwaukee, they're going to make this a game. I do think Toronto will beat them, but, man, it's going to be a really good close game here. So as normal, don't mind Kyle Lowry. Brogdon had a pretty good game last time out. Both of those guys are definitely in play for me. Shooting guard, I don't mind Giannis, but, man, he's 10-8. And he hasn't really been playing up to that 10-8. I think he's been averaging around 35 to 40 fantasy points. I know, man. That's not cutting it for me. I do think he'll get you around 45, 50 here if you do want to spin up for Giannis. But, I don't mind DeRozan either. Norman Powell, obviously the play of the day there. He'll be over 85, 90% owned. This guy got in the starting lineup, and, man, he has been very well. So don't mind Giannis. Don't know if I can pay for him, though. DeRozan, he's been up and down as well. But closeout game, I think he's going to want to close it out here. And then definitely love some Norman Powell. Middleton is game time decision, even though he said he's probable. He is a little sick. I still think he'll get you around 25 to 30. I think you kind of have to have him here. If you don't want to go there, maybe punt the other small forward position there. Don't mind Snell, but I'd probably go Vince Carter if you want to go punt that position. Really like Serge Ibaka having a pretty good series here against Milwaukee. I think he'll continue it here tonight. Greg Monroe had a terrible game last time out. He's always a wild card, doesn't play big minutes. So if he doesn't get his points in the first 5 or 6 minutes, not looking good. So maybe Monroe, not too many good centers out there. Probably just spin up for Marc Gasol. Maybe Valanciunas, but I think Gasol is probably the best option there. And then moving on here, San Antonio and Memphis. This series is actually pretty good. It's a 190 total, but I do think it'll be a little bit higher than that. And San Antonio by 4. So once again, that's probably for me going to be the game I'm going to target the most here. Point guards, I think Mike Conley got to be in every single one of your lineups here. Going to be very popular, but, man, this guy has just taken off here in the playoffs, 56 and 45 in his last 2. Got to have him in there. Don't mind Parker. Probably not going to play him too much. Patty Mills, 4,200. Get some exposure to this game. I'd probably pick Brogdon over him, but, Mills, half-decent option, get you 20 to 23. I don't mind it there. Shooting guard here, not too high on any of these guys too much. Maybe Green, not too high on him. Kawhi Leonard, obviously, you got to have him. Kawhi and Vince Carter, those are my two options right there. Don't mind Aldridge. Don't mind Randolph. Didn't have a good night last time out. David Lee going to be the chalk if he starts again, which I do think he will. It did pan out for San Antonio pretty well. And then that center position, there you go, Marc Gasol right there. So just trying to get you a lineup here. I'm going to go David Lee. I do like Aldridge. I'm going to go Ibaka, small forward, Middleton, Vince Carter, shooting guard. Probably going to go here. And then point guard, that gives you quite a bit. Unfortunately, I don't think I can't get them both in there. But I'm just going to leave it at that for now. Definitely mix that one up. Like I said, I really like Lowry. Mike Conley. I don't mind Lowry. If you want to go Brogdon or Patty Mills, I really don't mind that there. Shooting guard DeRozan, Pell. I think you can get Giannis in there if you want to go that way. Kawhi and Vince are pretty much locks for me. And then that power forward, I think that's where you're really gonna, change difference with the rest of the group there. Lee and Ibaka, looks nice there. Aldridge as well. Like I said, Zach Randolph going to be at home. Had a bad one last time out, but can get you around 28 to 30. So I really like Aldridge, Randolph, and Ibaka. I'm kind of have to pick and choose who you want there. And then I think Marc Gasol is the most popular and the best way to go there at that center position. So I think that mostly does it. Like I said, not too much to look at here on a Thursday, relatively a quiet night. But we're really looking forward to NBA as normal. Straight up and hot. I think we've won about 6-7 nights in a row in the playoffs. So like I said, if you want to win money, it's really easy with us here. $15. I mean, that's nothing. You can win that back in a heartbeat, as you see. So if you want some NBA help and MLB help, $15 for the playoffs for NBA and $35 per month for MLB. So if you're interested in either one of those, like I said, struggling, hit us up. We'll have our email in the comment section. As normal, all you have to do is message us. We'll get you all set up and follow us on Twitter as well. And you can ask us questions. Alrighty, guys, I think that does it. Like I said, Thursday, not too many games. Friday, going to be a 3-game slate there for NBA. Really looking forward to that. And going to be a little bit bigger there. A bigger night for MLB as well. But, for the most part for Thursday, I'm going to be enjoying the NFL draft. Definitely looking forward to that. So, all right, guys, I think that does it for Thursday. I'll see you guys all on Friday.